Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If you're new around here, my name is Aiden, and before we get into the video, I just want to say a happy new year to every single person that is tuning into today's video. To kick off this year, we are going to be starting off with one of my favourite segments, which is taking a look at my top 10 best upcoming sneakers for the month of January. Now, this is a segment that we do every single month, where we do take a look at the 10 best sneakers. Now, I do just want to point out that these are just the 10 best of the ones that are confirmed. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch that have been going to be surprise drops or haven't been confirmed just yet, as we are at the beginning of January as I'm doing this video. So just take this video with a pinch of salt. It should be a pretty nice video to kickstart this year off with. So I don't want to take up any more time on the intro. Sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So just quickly before we go ahead and get into the video itself, just like we did last year, I am looking to set some new milestones. Now, for anyone who is new around here, maybe isn't too familiar, last year we did set the goal of hitting 3,000 subscribers and 500,000 views, which I just want to point out, at that particular time seemed absolutely impossible. But thanks to the amazing support of this incredible community, we were able to do that well in advance of the end of the year. So being that we're now into 2023, I have some brand new milestones that I am hoping to achieve this year. So with that, I am hoping to hit 5,000 subscribers and actually crack 1 million views, which sounds absolutely mental saying that out loud. But I do feel like as a community, we are growing all the time, and hopefully my content is getting better and reaching more people all the time. So I am definitely hoping that this is something we can do in 2023. I'm going to keep working my hardest to keep trying to get it out there. And with all of your support, every single time you watch a video, like, dislike even, comment and share, it definitely goes the longest way to getting us out to more and more people, which is truly appreciated. And I can't tell you how appreciated it truly is. So hopefully 2023 will be another incredible year on this channel. Again, I just want to say a huge thank you for all the support last year. It was absolutely incredible. But you didn't come to hear me rabbiting on about milestones. So with everything said, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So no mucking about, just getting straight into this one with our very first release. So first up on our list, we do actually have a collaboration between Salehi Bembury and New Balance for the New Balance 990 V2 in the orange purple colourway. Scheduled to be releasing on the 4th of January for a retail price of £200, which just after Christmas is a pretty hefty price point to be starting this list off with. But the colourway itself and the shoe definitely deserve to be on this list. Very clean, very nice spring and summer look as, you know, we head into hopefully some warmer months. I'm already done with winter, Christmas has come and gone, New Year has come and gone. I'm ready for this cold weather to come and go, so I'm definitely really excited to be looking at my summer rotation. When it comes to the release itself, only really time will tell as to whether, you know, this is going to sell out and go for loads of money. I'm definitely not the best person to ask on that. What I will say is that this is currently scheduled to be releasing on the New Balance website with a whole bunch of raffles set to go live in the next couple of days as well if they haven't already. So if you want to get your hands on these, make sure to enter all the raffles, make sure to head over to the New Balance website because I can definitely see this one selling out. So just moving on swiftly to the next release up on our list, and it definitely seems like New Balance is coming out swinging this year. As next up we have another New Balance collaboration. So next up we have the Stone Island New Balance 574 in the olive colourway, scheduled to be releasing on the 5th of January for a retail price of £140. And if you're asking me, a much more affordable option than the one we just took a look at. Now, this isn't the first time Stone Island and New Balance have actually collaborated. I can't remember the name of the model that they collaborated on. We covered it in a previous video. It's an okay-ish shoe, but I would definitely say that this is far and away the much better option of the two collaborations between the two. But with all of that said, this is definitely one of those releases that I can definitely see a lot of people being quite interested in, whether you're a fan of New Balance or you're just a fan of Stone Island or even both of them. This is definitely one of those really nice versatile options to add into the collection. You can dress it up, dress it down. There's so much you can do with this shoe, and coming in at that retail price of £140, you're definitely not going to hear a lot of people complaining about this one. So if you want to add these to your personal collection as well, make sure to be checking out the raffles guide on the Source Supplies website for all the raffles to go live. Again, I do expect that this will be releasing on the New Balance website as well, I should say. So if you want to get your hands on them, make sure you're entering all those raffles. Make sure you head over to New Balance because, again, I fully expect that this shoe is going to sell out. So just moving away from New Balance for just a minute, the next release that we are taking a look at just so happens to be releasing on my birthday. So the next shoe on this list is the Air Jordan 9 in the the light olive colourway, scheduled to be releasing on the 7th of January for a retail price of £190, and these are already loaded up onto the sneakers website for anyone who was wondering. Now when it comes to the Jordan 9, I can definitely take it or leave it. I'm mainly interested in those OG colourways, but there are certain other options as well, and certain GR releases that do release that I do tend to take a closer look at. Now this one is a very clean option, perfect for this time of year. It's still raining, it's still muddy outside, and if you are looking for that good versatile option that you can wear in pretty much any condition, because it does seem like it is a pretty well made and put together shoe, this actually might be a pretty good option for this time of year. With that said, £190 is definitely no joke, and it is definitely a stumbling block for me personally. So I feel like if you want these, they are going to be a really easy one to get. Jordan 9s just don't really garner that much attention, especially here in the UK. So if you want them, I definitely wouldn't recommend entering all the raffles. You should definitely be able to get these for retail, but it may even be worth holding out, because I do fully expect that eventually you should be able to get these under retail, even on sale. So just moving on swiftly to the next one up on our list, and this next one is actually more of a restock than a first release. So next up we have the Nike Dunk Low Grey Fog, scheduled to be restocking on the 9th of January for a retail price of £115, which unfortunately is a slightly higher price point than what we have been seeing over the last couple of years. Unfortunately, inflation is real, and we are seeing it across every major part of our lives, from food to sneakers and everything else. So unfortunately, it is just kind of one of those things. I'm really not expecting that £15 price hike is going to affect anything. If you check the resale prices on these right now, it is astronomically high, especially considering that these are supposed to be a GR release. Considering it is a Dunk Low and it is a GR release, don't expect too much when it comes to the quality. So if you're just looking for that everyday runner, this actually might be a really nice option to add to your collection and into your maybe rotation. But for me, it is a relatively easy pass. Now, raffles are starting to go live. I'm not sure if it's releasing on Sneakers or Nike again. I feel like it may just be retailers. So do make sure to check out the raffles guide on the Source Suppliers website, because all the information is going to be available on there. And again, I do fully expect that this shoe is going to sell out. So just moving on swiftly to the next shoe upon our list. Next up, we do have the Air Jordan 1 Mid in the Gym Red and Panda colorway, scheduled to be releasing on the 11th of January for a retail price of £115. And I know the Jordan 1 Mid definitely gets a lot of undue hatred. There's a lot of different reasons as to why that is. Some that I agree with and some that I don't. But I do feel like this is a really nice, great, versatile option to have. It's affordable. It's a very clean colorway that you can wear with a lot of different outfits. And if you're just kind of dipping your toes into the Jordan market, it might be best to try a few different options to really find what suits you best. Now, not everybody likes Jordan 1s, whether it be the lows, mids, or highs, and it is definitely a case of you have to try them out for yourself to really understand which ones you like the most. I personally prefer Jordan 1 highs over the mids, but with that said, I've had my fair share of mids in the past, and they definitely did come in handy at that time, so definitely don't sleep on the mids, because I do feel like this is a really great option to have. Now, they never really tend to be releasing on the Sneakers app. These are more released on the Nike app, and I'm not entirely sure if they will be releasing via raffle, although I am half expecting that they will be. So again, as I've already said throughout the video itself, do check out the raffles guide on the Soul Suppliers website, and I will link it in my description box down below. Given how clean this colorway is, and given the fact that there's been a slightly more hype following the Lost and Found release and some speculative releases coming out in 2023, that I do feel like maybe more people might start to look to pick these up. So I do fully expect that this is going to be a fairly difficult one to grab, although if you do put the footwork in, I do hope that everyone who wants them is able to get them. But with all that said, I do fully expect that this shoe is actually going to sell out. So just jumping forward another couple of days, this next shoe that we are taking a look at could potentially be the pinnacle of January as far as my sneaker pickups are concerned. So this next shoe that we are taking a look at is the Nike Air Max 97 in the Golden Bullet colorway, scheduled to be re-releasing on the 13th of January for a retail price of £170. Now, we did recently pick up the Silver Bullets. If you saw that review, you'll know how much that shoe means to me and just how happy I was to add it into the collection. I'm a little bit frustrated I did go out on my way to get them so quickly, considering I've seen so many of the pairs going on sale at pretty decent prices. It's almost making me want to just go and grab a second pair just because of how much I like the Silver Bullets. But with that, we're talking about the Golden Bullets, and this is definitely one I have to add into the sneaker collection. Now, I was actually following somebody on Instagram recently, and I saw one of their stories, and it did happen to mention that this actually isn't an OG colorway. Definitely news to me. I thought this was an OG like the Silver Bullets, but I will definitely be making sure to do my research, because this is definitely a shoe that I will be adding into my personal collection. If, like me, you do want to get your hands on these, maybe proceed with caution. I do feel like they're going to be fully readily available. I feel like they're going to be sitting on shelves, so if you want them, you should definitely be able to get them.
Shut up and take my money!
So just moving on swiftly to the next one up on our list, and this next shoe could end up being the most hyped release of the entire month. So next up we have the Air Jordan 1 True Blue, scheduled to be releasing on the 14th of January for a retail price of £165, and for obvious reasons this is definitely up there as one of the most highly sought after releases for January. Now it does bear that uncanny likeness to the Air Jordan 1 mockers that we saw a couple of years ago, which is still to this day one of the most popular GR Jordan 1 releases that we've seen for quite a while now. If you check the resale prices on them, they are way up, and it's just one of those things that I believe is going to continue to rise as a lot more people have worn their pairs and maybe looking to go back and grab a fresh one. Now with that, Jordan Brand seems to be trying to breathe some new life into the Jordan 1. The hype's kind of gone down a little bit over the last couple of years. Maybe it's oversaturation, maybe people are just moving on to new things, but you're definitely seeing a lot more Jordan 1s sitting on shelves and not actually going for that much at resale. So I think they're trying to really bring back some of that hype that they had with the mockers. Personally, I don't believe it's going to be as hype as the mockers, but I do still fully expect that a lot of people are going to be after these. They did say on the Sneakers Live when they announced this pair that it was supposedly loosely based on the True Blue Jordan 3s. Feels like it's a little bit of a stretch for me. I'm really not seeing it. It just looks like a washed out mocker. Still a really nice versatile option, and if you did miss out on the mockers, you definitely can't complain about picking this one up. So I'm definitely going to be trying to get them. I let my mockers go a while ago, so definitely want to try and add these into the personal collection myself. Maybe a good one to hold and then let go of down the road, and maybe make some extra cash to, fund a future release. So whether you're a reseller again, or if you're looking to add these to your personal collection, this one is definitely going to be really hard to get your hands on. So make sure to enter every single raffle possible. It should also be releasing on Sneakers app as well. So do keep your eyes out for the Sneakers app, because this shoe is definitely going to sell out. So just moving on swiftly to the next release, which also does happen to be releasing on the 14th of January. So next up we have the women's Air Jordan 5 Duncan Mars, scheduled to be releasing for a retail price of £190. And I know you're thinking it, I thought it myself, this is effectively the women's version of the Air Jordan 5 Raging Bulls. I'm not mad at it. I do think that this is a very, very nice option for the ladies, and I do believe it will be coming in extended sizing. So for any of you fellas that really didn't fancy the Raging Bulls, or maybe weren't able to cop them, this is definitely a really nice one you should consider picking up for the personal collection. Now I did read the product description. They are saying that it's crafted from premium suede. Only time will tell when we actually get the shoes in hand as to whether that is indeed the case, but just based on the pictures I've seen, these look absolutely incredible. One of my favourite details about them is how they've actually changed the shark teeth on the lateral side of the shoe. The shark teeth on the Jordan 5 is iconic, but the way it looks on this one in particular, chef's kiss, absolutely incredible. Now this isn't a shoe that I do feel like I need to get for the personal collection. I had the Raging Bulls, I never wore them. It's such a bright and outlandish shoe, and although I do like bright colours, with the weather being the way that it is where I live, I'm just a fully suede shoe. Never really had the chance to wear them, so I did actually pass them off to retail for somebody else to hopefully enjoy more than I did. So this is definitely one I am begrudgingly going to let go. It's not something I need for the personal collection. The Raging Bulls were easy to get, and I'm expecting that this will follow a pretty similar course as well. So if you want to get your hands on these, do make sure to check out the Sneakers app, because they're already loaded on there. But also I do expect that they will be releasing at a bunch of different retailers as well. So maybe get your raffle entries in if you're really hoping to get these. But again, just to kind of close us out for this one, I do fully expect that this one is going to be readily available. So just moving on swiftly to the next one up on our list, which again does happen to be another collaboration, this time between Slam Jam and Nike for the Air Force 1 in the triple black colorway, scheduled to be releasing on the 20th of January for a retail price of £155. Again, another pretty hefty price hike. This time I don't feel like it has any bearing on inflation. This is solely because of the fact that it's a collaboration, and with that, hopefully, you would expect some better materials, but I guess only time will really tell on that. Now, I do remember recently seeing a review of the triple white colorway over on Scopes' channel, which I will link down below. I did really like the look of them, to be completely honest. The details on them, even though they are subtle, definitely kind of piques my interest a little bit. And being that it's kind of the worst case scenario in terms of weather right now, I am looking for a little bit more of a versatile option to kind of replace the Noctas, which I have just completely destroyed. So this triple black colorway pretty much could fill those boots. At £155, I'm not really sure if I would want to consider these beaters and instead just go for a regular triple black colorway. So I feel like depending on your needs and depending on how much you love the Air Force 1 will kind of dictate as to how much you actually feel like you're going to need these. I personally don't feel like they're going to be that hype, and I really don't expect them to sell out. I could be completely wrong on that, so definitely do take that with a pinch of salt. If you want to get them for your own personal collection, I do expect that they will be releasing on Sneakers. They will be releasing via raffle as well. But again, just to kind of close us out for this one, I'm fully expecting that this shoe is going to be pretty readily available. And last but by no means least, we have reached our very final release for today's video. So the very final shoe that we will be taking a look at is the Air Jordan 5 Aqua, scheduled to be releasing on the 21st of January for a retail price of £190. Now this is another one of those ones like the Jordan 1 True Blues that was recently announced on the Sneakers app for the upcoming List by Jordan brand. Now when I first saw the shoe, I will be honest, I kind of thought, just another one of those releases. But the more reviews I've seen of them, the more confirmed images I've seen, the more I've actually kind of come to really like this shoe. A very nice, clean, versatile option. It is a mostly all black upper with those really nice accents of colour. I do vaguely remember them saying that this is loosely inspired by the Aqua 8s, so maybe if you're a fan of those and you don't have them, this could be a nice substitute option. And you know, I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again, Jordan brand definitely loves that whole rinse and repeat, so even if it isn't officially linked to the Aqua 8s, the fact that it's Aqua 5s and it's a very similar looking shoe in terms of the colourway, they're kind of always going to just be linked by association. So I think this is a really nice option. Not something that I need for the personal collection, again, because of the price point mainly. If this was coming in at a slightly lower price point, I think I'd be all over these, especially just as like an everyday option. But for the time being, I'm definitely going to say that this isn't one that I personally need. But if you love the Jordan 5 and you're looking for that everyday option, you definitely can't go wrong with these. When it comes to the release, it should be releasing on the Sneakers app once again. It should be releasing via raffle as well if you want to get your hands on them. But I do feel like if you really do put your footwork in, you should be able to get them, because I do fully expect that this shoe is actually going to sit. And just like that, we've wrapped up my top 10 best upcoming sneakers for the month of January. I will be completely honest, January every year is always a pretty slow month. We have a jam-packed December, and then January does go a little bit dry, so there really wasn't that much to choose from. But hopefully within this list, you found something that you are looking forward to picking up. And if you are looking to pick anything up in January, do make sure to let me know what that is in the comment section down below. If there are any other shoes that you do feel like should have made this list that maybe I wasn't aware of, again, do make sure to leave those in the comments down below as well. Now, just like I say in every one of my videos, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who stuck around to the end. It is truly appreciated. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one. Peace.